I heard something disturbing that the average American recognizes over 1,000 logos in the plants they're associated with, and yet less than 5 plants and 5 birds in their area. My name's Brigitte Mars. I'm an herbalist, and I've been a raw foodist for over 7 years. Many years ago, I lived in a teepee and ate nothing but wild edible plants for 2.5 years. Not once did I go to a store. Everyone thinks that all our food needs to come from the grocery stores, and grocery stores are great. Organic, natural food stores are even better. Gardens are wonderful. I love farmers markets. But really, nature abounds with a living pharmacopoeia of plants that we can use. Plants like acorns, which are the fruit or the nut of the oak tree, yield a high protein, high in vitamin B complex, starch. However, you have to wait till the acorns are ripe, and then you leach them to get the tannins out. And that's simply done by soaking the acorns in water. And then you can grind the acorns up and make a porridge out of them. And you can make them into a flour to use to increase the nutritional content of whatever you're making. A lot of the wild plants are the ancestors of our culinary celebrated plants that we consume on a regular basis. And one of those is the thistle. Thistles are a member of the daisy or Asteraceae family, and this is the ancestor of an artichoke. Let's say you were hungry. You could take the young thistle stalk, peel it with a carrot peeler, and then you could eat the inner stalk. I like to marinate it in a bit of olive oil and lemon juice. You could also dig up the root really at any time of the year and eat the raw. I prefer eating it raw, but some people cook it. The thistle flowers are also edible, and you can also eat the seeds. Now, you hear a lot about milk thistle seed being a great remedy for the liver, but really all thistle seeds are edible, and they actually help to stimulate protein synthesis in the liver. A lot of birds know that thistle seeds are a great nourishing food as well as a healing tonic. I live in Colorado, and on the list of noxious weeds is the St. John's wort. However, people do go to the health food stores and buy St. John's wort because it has been found to be a remedy for mild to moderate depression. You can also eat the flowers of St. John's wort. This herb helps the light to shine through, and it helps to improve people's moods. Also, it's a wonderful liver herb. One of my favorites is dandelion, Taraxacum officinale. Dandelion, every part of it is edible. You can eat the leaves, they're best in the springtime. You can eat the flowers, and they're really high in lutein, which is a remedy for helping to improve our vision and to help prevent night blindness. And the dandelion root could be dug up at any time of the year, and you can, I like to just chop it up and add some Namashoyu tamari and a little olive oil, put it in the food dehydrator for a couple of hours, and you've got a wonderful, delicious dish that is so good for your liver. I see dandelions as being one of our archetypal herbs to help people better deal with environmental pollutants. After all, the dandelion itself is a survivor, and by imbibing the properties that the plant takes on, it can help give us the same benefits. So we have here fireweed, Epilobium angustifolium, and it's one of the first things to bloom after there's been a fire. And you see a lot of this in the Pacific Northwest. One of my favorite honeys is fireweed honey, but I've also eaten fireweed as a vegetable. You collect the young shoots and the buds in the springtime, and you could add them to a salad. You could marinate them. So we've got edible flowers, edible nuts, roots. It's everywhere you look. And rather than thinking that our food always has to be purchased, I encourage you to start cultivating a garden where maybe you grow vegetables and you also learn the names of some of your common plants that offer themselves freely